Newsfirst set out to sea from the island of Delft in the far north of Sri Lanka as radio chatter indicated a possible Indian fishing expedition invading Sri Lankan waters. According to our skipper, the Indian fishermen invading Sri Lankan waters are directly threatening the lives of local fishermen.
On Mondays, Wednesdays and Saturdays, Indian fishing trawlers edge closer to our maritime boundaries. So on those days, we don't set out to sea. Our fishing nets are damaged and broken because of their trawlers. Against such backdrop, they are trying to give permits for the Indian fishermen to fish in our maritime boundaries.
Now Sri Lankan fishermen, especially in the north, are facing multiple issues, and the main issue that they are facing right now is Indian fishermen reaching the Indo-Sri Lanka maritime border and coming into the Sea of Sri Lanka to engage in fishing. Now Sri Lanka's northern seas are rich in marine life because they have been untouched for more than 30 years due to the civil war. So we are on our way to witness firsthand how these Indian fishermen actually breach the maritime boundary and come into Sri Lankan waters. Newsfirst went closer to the Sri Lanka-India maritime boundary to witness firsthand the Indian invasion. Right now we are a few hundred meters away from the India-Sri Lanka maritime boundary. Now we are inside Sri Lankan waters, that's the Sea of Sri Lanka. Now we were told that there are several, possibly hundreds of Indian fishing trawlers about to breach the maritime boundary from Rameswaram in India. Now the time is exactly around 9:45 late in the night, and here we are in the Sea of Sri Lanka attempting to locate some of these Indian fishing trawlers that have been breaching Sri Lankan waters and poaching Sri Lankan marine resources. On one side of the border was Rameswaram in India, and the other side was Kachativu in Sri Lanka. For hours we waited. As darkness blanketed the Sea of Sri Lanka, we thought we lost hope. And then all hell broke loose as we managed to locate two Indian fishing trawlers sitting silently in Sri Lankan waters, 2 kilometers away from the Delft island, stealing valuable marine resources. Invading Sri Lankan waters. You can see them right now. We are chasing two of these boats inside Sri Lankan waters. Is two Indian fishing trawlers invading Sri Lankan waters. Now these guys are trying to escape Sri Lankan waters, but we are on pursuit. We came across them with their lights on. We've been telling them to put their lights on, but they refuse to do so. We're still chasing them. You can see them. These are massive fishing trawlers, and they're doing the bottom trawling, illegal bottom trawling system to take away Sri Lanka's marine resources. Look at these big ships that are chasing Sri Lanka's waters, that are in Sri Lankan waters, reaching the maritime waters. These boats were carrying the Indian flag. Eventually, the Indian trawlers abandoned their massive nets and were chased off into the Indian maritime boundary. After hours and hours of searching through the northern seas in pitch darkness, we managed to locate 2 Indian trawlers and then drive them out of the Sri Lankan waters, drive them out of the Sea of Sri Lanka back to the Indian territorial waters where they belong. Now it must be noted that if this continues, Sri Lanka will not have any more marine resources to cherish, especially in the sea in the northern part of Sri Lanka. If Indian trawlers and Indian fishing boats breach the maritime boundary and come into Sri Lankan waters, everything that is in these beautiful waters, in this beautiful ocean, will be lost. Zulfikar Farazan, News First, in the north of Sri Lanka.